What about when a Delta employee misgenders you intentionally?
Sorry, while he's talking, you're talking.
You just misgendered me again.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Gotcha.
Both of you have.
Sorry.
Wasn't intentional, but if you want to take it personal, that's also.
Well, she did do it intentionally twice.
You're talking to me too.
You said she and then you said he.
You're being condescending, and if you want to continue, I have Port Authority escort you out the building right this moment. If you want to play that game with me.
Okay.
Would you like to continue 3 days before Christmas? I really don't mind.
I'm good. I'll just put this on.
All right, folks, well, I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and hopefully a peaceful Christmas away from lunatics like this. But I want to do a quick video today reacting to this viral clip that's been going around Twitter over the past couple hours of this brave Delta employee being confronted by one of those trans non-binary characters over misgendering me or using the wrong pronouns. And instead of just backing down and cowing to their demands, as we seem to see every day throughout this country, instead, this guy at Delta, this flight attendant says, no, either you stop causing a scene, either you start acting like a normal human being and get on the plane like everyone else, or you don't board this plane because we're not putting up with your crap, okay? And this is truly a great thing to witness, because there seems to be this idea, and you see it in all these different videos, that because you are trans or because you are part of the alphabet mafia, and by the way, the intersectional thing goes beyond that, because you're black, because you're this, because you're a woman, you basically have the right to treat people however you want and not act like a normal human being. Because the normal human being thing would be, hey, we're trying to get on a plane here. It's days before Christmas. Everyone's just trying to, get home and make it to their families. Getting through TSA and all of that stuff is already a horrendous enough experience to begin with. The last thing you want to do is make a scene right before and hold everyone else up and potentially you not be able to board the plane. But like I said, there seems to be this sense of entitlement that because I'm trans, the normal rules of human behavior and acting like a courteous, polite, normal person do not apply to me. And in this case, for once, a corporate employee says, no, actually, I'm a human being. I work here. I actually have a position of authority over you because, I can make sure you don't get on this plane and you're not going to treat me like that. And I did play it in the beginning, but I do want to kind of do a frame by frame reaction here because I just love this video for a number of reasons that we'll talk about. But let's enjoy this. Let's react to it. Blah, blah, blah. Here you go.
What about when a Delta employee misgenders you intentionally?
While he's talking, you're talking.
You just misgendered me again.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Gotcha.
Both of you have.
So pause right there. You just misgendered me again. All right. Again, like I said, the normal human being thing to do would be whatever. I'll just take it. I'll just get on the plane because again, you're just trying to board the plane here. But I mean, I listened to this man's voice, and it seems pretty obvious to me that that is a man. All right, I don't know what he looks like, but it sounds like he's not even on TRT or anything, because that is just a pure male voice. You don't hear any estrogen in that voice, really. Maybe in the behavior, but not in the voice itself. So, if I were to assume the context here, this guy clearly looks like a man. Maybe he's wearing a wig or something, but it's obviously a man, and probably he scans his boarding pass, and the guy or the employees there say, okay, sir, you're good to go. And instead of just getting on the plane, instead of just not trying to make a scene, he does this. But let's keep watching.
Sorry.
Wasn't intentional, but if you want to take it personal, that's also.
Well, she did do it intentionally twice.
And by the way, I don't think it was intentional, okay? Maybe there's a case to be made that we shouldn't cow to what these people want, but truly, I don't think he was intentionally trying to violate the woke HR standards of Delta or anything like that. Again, I don't know what this guy looks like, but just hearing in his voice, this guy pretty clearly presents as a man. That's what most people assume, so they probably called him sir. And, instead he's making a big scene out of that, but here you go.
I did not do it intentionally.
You said she and then you said he.
You're being condescending, and if you want to continue, I have Port Authority escort you out the building right this moment if you want to play that game with me.
Okay. Okay.
Would you like to continue 3 days before Christmas? I really don't mind.
I'm good. I'll just put this on. What?
I just love that video so much. I love especially at the end. By the way, I don't know why he would post this to begin with, because I don't know, he thinks, oh, we're gonna get Delta canceled or this employee canceled, but the video doesn't make him look good at all, okay? As in the guy who filmed the video. Okay, he actually just looks like the instigator, the provocateur in this case. And, you know, if you were behind this guy in the line at the airport, no one wants to be there. No, it's like, oh gosh, here we go. I'm just trying to get on this plane, right? But notice in this video that at the end, he clearly backs down. He says, okay, no, I'm not going to cause any more problems. Because at the end of the day, he still wants to get on the plane. But notice that when it gets real for him, when the Delta employee actually makes the valid threat of, hey, if you keep acting like this, if you keep disrupting the proceedings of this airport, we can escort you off. So either stop acting like a fool and get on the plane or get out the building. Notice at the end, he's like, okay, no, you know, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to get on the plane, but I'll post the video. That's such a 2023 thing. I'll post the video. But let me make this point, which is ultimately, this is how us normal people need to be reacting to characters like this, to portions of the alphabet mafia who believe that, you know, because of their identity, quote unquote, or, you know, if that's what they want to call it, they have the right to act however they want and be entitled wherever they want, treat people like crap in public, and you can't say anything about it because, you know, that'd be transphobic. Do you want to get canceled? Can I get fired? No, this is what normal people need to be doing. This is what normal people need to be acting like in public, and putting rude people, because that's really what this is, rude people in their place. The problem, of course, and why this alphabet stuff, this LGBT stuff has been allowed to get to where it is that most normal people are too scared to do what this Delta employee did, right? They're too scared to get canceled. Oh my gosh, he's filming me. You know, he might expose me on social media. Or even worse, you know, they're scared to get fired, which, by the way, in the case of this Delta employee, that's still a concern for me. I mean, God forbid, I hope nothing happens to him, but, you know, I hope that Delta stands by this guy. Would love to see a public statement actually saying he did the right thing, but not even considering that, hopefully he still keeps his job. I sure hope they give him a promotion, but we know how that goes sometimes, and that's a valid concern. So ultimately, the conundrum we have is this, is that you have this very small minority crowd of alphabet mafia people like this in society who are very rude. Okay, forget their identity or you know, the problems they have internally going on. Forget that for a moment. Just on a very basic human being level, do not act like normal people, think they're entitled to everything. And the reality is the vast majority of normal people out there, I'm not talking about conservatives, I'm not talking about those of you who watch the channel or watch political media. Most ordinary people out there, your flight attendants, your restaurant clerks, whatever it is, people behind the line at the grocery store think this stuff is ridiculous. But it comes down to the question of, will the 99% have the moral courage, even if it sometimes means getting canceled or fired, to stand up to the 1%? And the sad reality is that in the vast majority of cases, that is not true. And that's why, you know, in most videos you see like this, it's just the, you know, trans character bullying everyone else, okay? But why this video is so encouraging to me and why we need more of this is because that is exactly what it's going to take for the normal people to take back our culture. You know, we can do all this stuff over the internet. We can talk about it, we can tweet about it, and, you know, us kind of like political people can make a big deal out of it. But ultimately, culture will not change. The social norms around this stuff won't change. The average human behavior that you just witness in day-to-day life is not going to change unless ordinary people like this, we're probably not super political, they just have a job to do, but when confronted like this, don't back down, right? When they stand up and say, I'm a human being, you're not going to treat me like this, you don't have a free pass to treat people however you want because you're a man in a wig, right? That's ultimately what needs to be done. And I hope to see more of it. I will say on the bright side, it's not the only video I've seen like this year. You know, I've seen a video in New York where a restaurant employee has a similar experience. You know, we need to collectively stand up when rude people are trying to antagonize the rest of everyone. We need to stand up to that. And you know, also just shout out to this Delta guy because he saved Christmas. He really did for a lot of people. Okay, because you could have let that guy hold up the whole flight. Maybe someone misses their connector or whatever it is. Maybe there's a big scene on the airplane. Instead, he says, nope, Christmas miracle. We're not going to let it happen. So shout out to him. And, you know, honestly, shout out to Delta in general for, I know they're a woke company as well. Okay, I'm not saying that. But shout out for being one of the only airlines these days that, in my experience at least, is still tolerable, because flying's become very miserable thanks to a lot of different stuff. Probably diversity hiring has something to do with it. Delta's still a pleasant experience, and that's what a real Delta employee does. But I hope Delta doesn't fire him with that said. But okay, with that said, folks, let me know your thoughts on this video down in the comment section down below. Do you feel like more normal people either are now starting to stand up to this stuff or will begin standing up to this stuff? I mean, because you hear the rumblings, you certainly see the rumblings. Let me know. Let me know also how your Christmas went in the comment section down below. And until next time, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and until next time, Alpha Moves Only, God bless, have a very good day, and peace.